Robert is incredibly loyal.
Leadership. Strict.
Intense.
Strong. He represents his town well.
Robert is very persistent. Truly a friend.
Yeah, he's tough.
Dedicated.
Very disciplined.
He has a sixth sense about himself. Good boy.
You gotta have a heart. All you really need is heart. When the odds are saying you'll never win, that's when the grin should start.
I think he has put us on the map in many ways, and I think he has nothing in mind but doing the best thing for those girls.
Robert was blessed with tremendous gift of, I think, getting the very best out of people and wanting them. You wanted to be a better person. If you were a good athlete, Robert made you a great athlete. I think if you were fast, Robert made you faster.
Robert's played a huge impact on my life. He taught us, I said earlier about goal setting, he taught us how to set goals and to never quit until you achieve those goals. I remember he pulled me out of a math class once in high school when he caught wind I was going to quit the basketball team because I broke my ankle and I wanted to play softball. He pulled me aside and said, "We don't teach our girls to be quitters. I don't teach them to quit. You're not quitting. You're finishing what you set out to do."
One thing I like about watching Robert coach the game, it's always about doing the right thing in the game, not about winning.
He does a lot to teach you about softball, but he also teaches you a lot about life in the process.
I can just tell you from all the weddings that we've been to, all the graduations we've been to, all the people that we know that have had children all come back and say what a great experience they had playing softball for Robert and how they want their daughters to do the same thing and how he's really made an impression on them.
He teaches them more than just the game of softball. He teaches them about the other things of life, you know, alcohol, drugs, and other things. And I think that he's done a phenomenal job. Just look back through the girls that have come through, good and bad. All of them seem to be great women now, great mothers, great parents. It's just it's incredible. We get to see him every so often. They stop by the field, and it's a testament to him, I think, in the way he presented himself.
Compassionate. People don't know that he really does. He's a big softie, but he comes off as a hard man because he doesn't like to talk, but he is a softie.
If I had to do it all over again, I'd love to live it through my daughter now because I am older, but I absolutely would do it in a heartbeat. He's a great person, friend, and you don't have a better role model than him.
As a state director once told me, Robert is a better coach than you ever were. I'm grateful that Robert has had all the success that he has.
That's one thing I always respected about him, is he knew pretty much everything. There was never a doubt in your mind about what he was telling you or what he was teaching you. You were always you were open ears. Everything he said, you just wanted to take in and then keep it inside of you. And he's a master at what he does. And that's the first thing I think of when I think about Robert and softball.
So I had the great pleasure of learning from Robert over the years what a big bird is. I didn't know what that was before. I have had the pleasure of learning that you can use the word sure as an answer to any question, regardless of what the question is. And I've had the great pleasure of knowing Robert when he didn't have a mustache and when he did have a tattoo. But regardless of all of that, I'm proud to be associated with him as a coach. I've personally enjoyed my association with him and benefited from it greatly, and I think this is certainly a well-deserved honor, and I swell with pride as I think about him being recognized for it.
Well, he's affected my life off the field. Just generally be a good person. You're asked to do certain things, you do them to the best of your ability. At work, I am asked to do certain tasks. I'm a sergeant in the jail, so I'm asked to do certain jobs, and I do it to the best of my ability. And I try to push it out there, you know, the exact same way. It teaches us, you know, on the field, off the field, it just teaches you what we should be doing.
What I've learned from Robert is in a true sense of the word, you can accomplish what you need to accomplish. He makes the decision that's best for the company and not what's best for Robert. And it's in that same philosophy that he has, what's best for the team, not for one individual player or one individual coach.
It's taught me like great leadership, and it's, Robert always says, keep your class and keep poise, and that can happen on the softball field and it can happen off the softball.
The standards that he sets, both in terms of behavior, attitude, output, energy level, they're exactly the same for everyone. And he's enforced that on a number of occasions where he'll have a girl who is having a bad hair day. He will sit her down even if she is the number 4 hitter in his lineup and is starting shortstop. She'll sit on the bench until her attitude is adjusted.
Quite honestly, I compare Robert to Notre Dame. I think regardless of whether Robert has a strong team or a weak team, everybody's out to get Robert. They want to beat Robert. They want to play well against Robert. And like Notre Dame, Robert elicits a lot of emotion from people. They want to play well against him. They want to win because of his history.
From Robert, I learned dedication and hard work, teamwork, and lots of big birds. Big birds was always the thing we had to do, but it taught us how to get back on the field and correct our mistakes.
I think he was 13 or 14, I was 15, and he stole 2 hits from me. And I still haven't forgiven that to this day. My batting average at that time would have been a little bit over 350. Instead, it ended up being about 340 because he took those 2 hits away from me. I've never forgiven him for that. Never.
Robert has been a coach. He's been a mentor to so many girls in this town. He is truly a friend. Whenever you're in need, he is there to help you. He's just a fantastic person.
Robert was tough. He had a lot of heart.